It sounded like it was obviously emotional, but it sounded like it was very gratifying at the same time.
Thanks, Don. I appreciate that. It just was from the heart, and I had 2 minutes to sum up 32 years, so it was kind of hard for me because there was a lot more stuff that I wanted to say. I didn't get to thank everybody that I wanted to, but I was, overall, I was very pleased to have the support from everyone to come out. I can feel the electricity, and the feeling is still surreal to me right now. It still hasn't sunk in yet, but I'm very happy for this day.
What's some of your memories? I have some memories of you here too, but I want to hear your memories. What are some of the things that you look back upon, and maybe times, games, shots? What do you look back on?
Just being at home and having that Detroit on the front of my shirt, and it was like I was almost like a superhero for my city. Just playing for my city, for the University of Detroit. It just was a great feeling. Every time going out on that court, and today even stepping on there, it felt weird to have a suit on that court. Like I felt like just playing. Like I felt out of place. But overall, it's just the experiences, all night in, night out, playing here, the practices, being with my teammates, just all that camaraderie. It's just words can't explain that.
Rashad, what about Ray? What did you know about him before, and what are your thoughts on him? Being a type of player that he could be here.
Well, before I had seen him, I watched him in high school, and I knew that he was a floor general, and he was a coach's son. And what I mean by that is that he understood the game already at that age, which was already a step ahead of a lot of kids because everybody's not a coach's son. I was a coach's son, so I can kind of relate to Ray in that sense that he's a little bit more advanced than the average freshman, and I see bright things from him. He's very explosive. He has deceptive speed, and also he's a great athlete. He can jump, he can leap, and he's bigger than what people think. And you stand next to him, he's all of 6'2". He's all of 6'2", easy, which is an NBA prototypical guard at that size.
Rashad, can you share a little bit what you said to him when you were passing the gears again?
I just told him, take pride in this number. I did a lot in this number, and it was an honor to pass it along to such a great player. I like to see someone out there winning on of his caliber, because like I said, I can kind of vicariously live through him when he do things, and it kind of takes me back 10 years to see him pull off some of the stuff that I used to do. So it's very fun to witness that, to be on the outside looking in instead of being on the inside looking out. I'm on the outside now.
Did you have this plan, Rashad, when you were graduated and you played in Saudi Arabia for a number of years? Do you have in your mind, did you think, I'm coming back to Detroit? I'm going to come back here. I'm going to give back to the community like you're doing now?
It was already set in stone. My roots, my father, I come from 30 years of that. So I knew that my calling in life was always to help people. I feel like I've reached my goals as a basketball player overseas and at college and high school. So now I think for me to have some type of foundation with myself is helping other people achieve their goals now. I love to see my kids achieving goals because there's nothing better to see a smile on a kid's face when he calls you or sends you a text and say that he made the team after he got cut last year.
What are you, 32 years old, Rashad?
32.
32. And where do you live?
Rochester Hills.
Any more questions of Rashad?
Where's your work at? Where's your
facility?
Yeah, facility.
Rochester Hills.
Rochester Hills.
Yes.
And where do the kids come from?
Everywhere. I have kids from Port Huron, Ann Arbor, Lansing, Detroit, Novi, Farmington, Elmont, Chicago. I have kids that fly in to train with me. So it's taking off.
What's the name of your foundation or your group?
That's called Rashad Phillips Skills Unlimited. So it's basically I train kids that want to have aspirations of playing basketball, whatever that aspiration is or whatever that goal is. Some kids I get that want to play in the NBA, want to play college, or just want to make their 5th grade team. And it keeps me 32 years young, chasing those guys. And I got some pretty good high school players that are pretty good that you'll hear about in the future.
How long have you had Rashad?
About 8 months.
8
I
months.
finally put it in execution. It's always been in the back of my mind, but playing overseas, I couldn't really commit to it because I always had to leave and go overseas. But now, when I left Saudi Arabia, I got my last MVP, and my family was like, "This is your 3rd MVP. How many are you going to just keep collecting?" And all my trophies, they just collect dust. And I just felt that I wasn't reaching out like I should have. I have a gift, and I wanted to kind of share it with other people, and I felt a little selfish by just going overseas, grabbing an MVP trophy, going overseas, winning a scoring title. It was just I was only benefiting from that. And I was like, I'm at the age now where I've done enough for myself. It's time for me to do something for somebody else. And that's what made me say, you know what, I could just retire. I'm happy. I can look in the mirror and say I'm happy at what I've done, what I've accomplished.
How many years did you play?
10.
All in Saudi Arabia?
No. Paris, Italy, Germany, Greece, Portugal, Latvia, Australia.
But the team that you played for, where were they based?
Pardon?
Your team that you played for, was it all in those different places?
All those
teams?
places, yeah. I went country to country every year.
Wow. So how long were you in Saudi Arabia?
Just a year.
Just 1 year.
Yeah, just a year. And it actually was really nice there. It was really nice. They treated me the best out of every country I've been in.
And this is your first year back full time?
This is my first year, the first time I get to have Thanksgiving, a Christmas. All this is new to me. All this is new. Being home, doing these things, taking my daughter to school in the morning. This is all new to me now. Forget to pack her lunch, and I drive home and get home, and I forgot to give her lunch and drive back. I'm doing father stuff now. And
How many children do you have? Rashad?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
What age groups do you teach?
5 all the way up.
5 years and up.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks.
Great having you back.
Thanks, Rashad.
Thank you. Thank you. You can thank that lady back there. That's why I'm here.